Good morning, Never Neverland. We're going to go over the reading or the pool that I got that I posted, I believe, this morning, but it was for February 10th. Today's the 11th. For myself, I pulled the lower world as my oracle as to what I need to work on or energy that I need to embody. This is the essence of the lower world. The lower world holds the hidden treasures of humanity. It is the place of rich and fruitful darkness where we can find the disowned parts of ourselves and the abandoned aspects of our psyches. The lower world is the place of our ancestors, where we discover the gifts and lessons from the past. It is the realm of collective unconscious. Here we can meet our demons and transform them into pure energy, our source of personal power. The invitation. It is time to unearth your hidden treasures. Do not make yourself small in order for others to like or accept you. Bring out the gems and the precious stones that you have kept inside your heart, hidden even from yourself. It's time to honor your past and recast your life as heroic quest. As you journey into the lower world, you will be offered all the gifts of your ancestors. Their struggles, the way they hurt, the way they lived, and the way they died will become blessings. The medicine. Are you one of those people who do not like to face the past? Now your past is calling to be acknowledged, to be heard, and to be embraced. The only way to become unstuck is to honor everything that has transpired in your life, reflect on the lessons learned, and move on. If you bear witness to your past and learn its lessons, it will stop haunting you. As you embrace its gifts, you will recover a missing part of your soul. Now, the best way that I can go about doing that, I pulled the Eight of Wands. And just to go over, basically what that boils down to is honoring my past and doing the shadow work. Continue doing the shadow work. Here's the Eight of Wands. What that represents is speed, velocity, travel. It's funny how we can travel on the internet. I don't need to leave the house. I can travel all over the world just by sitting right here. Everybody can. Making split-second decisions, an upcoming positive resolution, haste, and good news. Which is interesting because I got an email today that I'm not going to share entirely with the class, but I got an email today, this evening actually. Right before I'm recording this, I received that email that gave me the offer that I was hoping for. I had proposed a settlement knowing that it would be turned down, and what I desired, the desired outcome is exactly what that was the counter proposal. So I did get my good news. Action. You know those moments in life that feel like a sprint? This type of speedy energy is at play. It's inspirational, it's fiery, it's positive, and it's now. If you have a gut feeling that needs to be acted upon, listen to it. With all of this movement, avoid being swept along by an unpredictable tide by having clarity about your desires and direction. Harness this beautiful window of swift opportunity. In shadow, the Eight of Wands suggests there's some sticky energy influencing your situation. You want to move, but if your foot's not stuck in the mud, then you have locked your keys in the car, right? If you're fluctuating between having a tendency to hesitate and running so fast that you're burning out, it's time to bring some balanced momentum into your propulsion. Consistent movement that feels right in your heart is the best place to start. And the At the bottom it says, "It's go time. I fall into the flow of this quickening energy and I swiftly face my desires head on." So I guess that would be an affirmation, is what I would call that. So what I need to do is continuing to honor my past by posting poems and talking about some of the things that I've been through, or some of the ways that I've dealt with the things that I've been through, which is writing for me. A lot of times, if it's not going outside and hitting a baseball, it's writing. I write poems. And that's how I deal with a lot of my mental, a lot of my psyche. I had a counselor tell me in 9th grade, write it down. And I was like, even the murder stories? She's like, yeah, get it out. It's art. Can't nobody... They can get upset about it, but you can't get in trouble. So, I wrote things about dealing with self-harm, because I went through a lot of that growing up. And I write about how I want to change the world. I'm a little more focused. Age does that. But in my younger years, I wrote a lot about self-harm and not wanting to be here. And murder stories about some individuals that hurt me the most. Now, for Mother Earth, moving on with the oracle and tarot reading here, I had pulled the Owl card. These are beautiful decks. And just to go back over that, because it's been a while since I've said what I'm using. I'm using the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. And that is illustrated by Gina Della Grottoli. Fuck that. Della Grotta Grolia. I don't know how to pronounce that. I would have to hear it. Alberto Villotto, Colette Baron Reed, and Marcela Lobos are the other creators of this deck. And then the tarot deck that I'm using is by Chris Ann, and it's the Light Seers Pocket Tarot. So, for Mother Earth, for God, for all of everything in existence, the cosmos, the card that I pulled, the energy that they need the most, is the Owl. The essence of the Owl. Owl is the master of the night. She can see situations with perfect clarity, more so when it is dark, and is able to discern truth when others are sightless. She helps you find your light and your lightness in the darkest moments of your life, and to embrace the night as your ally. Owl can bring you messages from the invisible world. I wonder if that has anything to do with the lower world card that I drew for myself. She opens your ears so that you may hear the voices of the ancestors, and you may acquire their wisdom and make it your own. I think it absolutely does have something to do with that lower world card. The invitation. Look around you, notice every detail, and find the hidden messages brought to you by the owl. Do not shoot the messenger. Be grateful to the friend who shows you what you have not wanted to see until now. Observe all the facets of the diamond without judgment. Remember that the facets you dislike are often the mirrors of the parts of you that you do not want to recognize. Do not be afraid of the truth. It will become your compass. The medicine. Owl guards against self-deception and insists that your motives be pure and transparent to all. What is the message that you are not hearing? The situation you are not seeing with clarity? Owl invites you to wait patiently. Bide your time until it is right to act, then do so decisively, with no hesitation or remorse. I think that has to do with where our political systems are sitting currently as well. And the best way that that energy can be reached or pushed forward, I drew the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups represents new connections, new romantic relationships, friendships, seeds of love and hope, newfound emotions, awakening the heart, joy, positive outcomes, oneness, bliss, and creativity. An extremely positive message of vibrant beings, the Ace of Cups makes the genesis of relationships, emotional connections, and deep feelings of love and friendship. Your emotions are powerful magic. Yes, they are. Cultivate your ability to call on expansive, optimistic, and profoundly radiant feelings and consciously send your heart waves out into the world. They will become powerful beacons for the awakening of new adventures, romance, and the effusive joy that you are calling into your life. Your capacity for love is expanding, so check in and make sure you aren't repressing your ability to connect with the others as a result of being overly protective. Mindfully extend your love to feel your own heart as well. Forgive yourself for past mistakes and find a fountainhead for healing. With copious amounts of self-acceptance, get ready to expand. Exciting affinities are emerging, and it's time to open up and give yourself permission to deepen your kinship with the life around you. It's very much a card for the world. The affirmation is, my heart is open and filled with love. So in short, what all of everything needs, what the cosmos and all of Mother Earth need, is finding light in the dark and accepting truths. And the best way we can go about doing that, based on the Ace of Cups, is with community, romance, and hope. At least that's the message I got. Feel free to comment other messages you may get. For the collective or humanity, the card that I drew as to the energy that we need to embody or seek the embodiment of was the circle. And I really like this representation, especially since I drew it for humanity. Everyone holding hands and sort of using our hands to build the circle. The essence of the circle: unification, interconnectedness, and a sense of continuum is what this card implies. The circle reminds us we are all one, dancers in a unified, continuous, inclusive circle. This card reminds us of cycles of life and the evolving self, ever-changing and always connected. Human, spirit, nature, the cosmos, all intrinsically connected. What was I just saying? The invitation. When the circle appears, it reminds you that you are connected to everything and everyone, including to spirit. Spirit's essence has been in your heart and inspires you to co-create your world. Knowing that you count and that you have purpose in this world, imagine even a smile to a stranger can change the course of a life. There are some days that some smiles have saved mine. So offer those smiles. You don't know whose life you're literally saving. You don't know who's dealt with suicide. You don't know who's dealt with self-harm. You don't know how they self-harm, nor is it any of our business until they're ready to speak on it. That's the whole put yourself in their shoes. You have no idea what somebody's going through. When the circle invites you to dance in the sacred steps of life, know that your work, your love, your service brings greater value than you can know. Stay the course, keep dancing, and all will be well. the medicine of the circle. When the circle comes as your medicine, you're meant to come to an understanding of the importance of decay and letting go, the importance of dying to an old form and being reborn anew. We can have multiple lives within one life. I definitely consider there have been situations, relationships, etc., that have happened 3, 5, 8, 14, 20 years ago that are different lives for me, or the fact that I'm trans. My life before I started taking hormones and all of that, is definitely a whole separate life for me now, along with all the relationships that were part of that. The relationships that I've kept, the friends that I've kept, the family that I've kept, the family that I've made, from before I was male, that are still part of my life, are still a separate life. So there are some tarot readings that I align with where they say a relationship from a past life. It doesn't necessarily mean from prior to my life now's birth. It can sometimes mean within this life as a past life. If you are faced with the challenge of loss or disappointment, remember this: in the circle of life, nothing is ever wasted. Love will seek itself again, prosperity will come from a new idea or opportunity, and spirit will always wait for you to find your place in the dance again. So, what the circle represents and what it's stating that humanity needs is connected community and co-creation. This is our world. We create it. What do we want to create? The best way we can go about doing that, as the tarot pull says, is the Six of Wands. And what the Six of Wands says is badass success, leadership, accomplishments, being seen, becoming an influencer, victory, optimism, and inspiring others. So this is how we go about having a connected community with co-creation. Relish in the sweetness of victory. Something you've been working toward is finally coming to a successful fruition. Thank you. Thank you. It's okay. Something you've been working toward is finally coming to a successful fruition, and it's time to celebrate your wins. Beautiful seer, gift yourself permission to bask in the warm glow of accomplishment and allow the supportive community around you to witness and appreciate the progress you've made. Taking time to see your own radiance is as important as making the next move on your journey. Accepting success will seed more of it. Others will turn to you for wisdom now, so step up and share your brilliance. In shadow, this card points to shying away from public attention and hiding your light from the world. It may also indicate someone who craves external validation instead of turning to their own inner compass to define success. Remember that no one else in the world has your magic, and that the most important person to impress wholeheartedly is yourself. And the affirmation on that is, I am worthy of this success, and I am grateful that I am seen. So for the collective, what that means is that we need to individually, on our own, in our own ways, with our own magic, because we are all individuals, we all carry our own type of magic, our own different aspects. So what we need to do is influence others with optimistic inspiration. Show your light, whatever that may be. Everybody is an artist. Everything in existence is art. Stars are art. The big burning balls of gas out in the cosmos, that's art. The way they're placed is art. The way cars are designed, as much as I may dislike cars and what they do to our planet, that's art. The way every animal is designed is art. The way we speak, the way I write. So you don't have to be a painter or a drawer or a writer to practice art. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing, even if it's playing a sport, there's an art to that. Now, the affirmation that I pulled is, my immune system is badass and I ravage all asshat illnesses. And I'd like to take a moment and just go over the fact that that doesn't necessarily mean physical illnesses. It can mean psyche. It can mean shadow work. It can be metaphorical. On the back, it states, you are in a continuous discourse with your body. We may unintentionally poison ourselves by thinking our bodies are unwell and not good enough. But if we can talk ourselves into dis-ease, that's how it's said. It's instead of disease, it says dis-ease. And I appreciate that. Right in there. We can also talk ourselves out of it and into a honeypot of wealth and ease, of health and ease. Why did I misspeak that? Manifestation's awesome. Tell negative thoughts about your body to fuck off and destroy their armies with your beast warrior immune system. Call on your cells to vibrate at their highest frequency and send care packages to your body often. Be a positive influence on your body, and your body will support you with affirmative power and energy and squash all asshat illnesses that try to invade. May this reading have blessed you with whatever knowledge you were seeking. I'll catch y'all later.